Today, we're diving into the belly of the beast. The gearbox.
These are the 5 things you should never do with an automatic transmission.
I'm Brad.
And I'm Trav, apparently YouTube's favorite mechanic.
This is Ideal, and let's go. First up, coasting down a hill in neutral? Yeah, sure, you might feel like a physics genius exploiting the Earth's gravity, but you're actually shooting yourself in the lead foot.
1, 2, 3.
Modern cars are clever. When you coast downhill in gear, they cut off the fuel supply. Yep, zero, zilch, nada. Whereas if you slide that bad boy into neutral, it will still need a little bit of fuel to keep the engine idling. And you know what? It's probably illegal where you live.
What?
Trust me, I did the legwork. So, unless you're a law-breaking mutant that likes wasting fuel, just keep it in gear. And what about choosing neutral at a stoplight or at a drive-thru? I mean, guys, why? Your transmission isn't gonna send you a thank you card for the coffee break. In reality, you're not saving gas, and the wear and tear is negligible. Your car's not sipping any more fuel than a toddler with a juice box. And if you're really concerned about saving gas, just turn off the engine. If the apocalypse is upon you and every 10th of a gallon counts, well then go for it. Otherwise, just leave it in drive.
Guys, engineers are really smart.
Yep.
And they've literally designed modern transmissions to happily sit in drive at a red light all day long with virtually no increased wear or a hit on fuel mileage when compared to sitting in neutral. So unless in your owner's manual it says otherwise, for instance, I've seen where some automakers suggest selecting neutral and increasing engine RPM a bit to help cool down a transmission after getting, like, a trans fluid temp warning, pulling something heavy up a hill in a big truck. Just leave that baby in drive. Oh, and side note, if you are pulling something heavy and your vehicle is equipped with it, make sure you use tow haul mode. It just tells the transmission to increase clamping pressure on the clutches, bands, and the torque converter to reduce slip, which results in less heat, ergo results in less wear.
And real quick, there's nothing like a little Huracan Performante V10 in the morning. Okay, if you've ever imagined yourself turning heads in a jaw-dropping supercar, you are in the right place. Sign up! Sign up for the Ideal Collective. Right now, it is completely free, and I've linked to it in the pinned first comment down below. And just by signing up, you'll be the first to know about the first Ideal car giveaway ever. Spots are limited, so sign up today. Again, it's in the pinned first comment, and now, back to the show. All right, switching gears, literally. Always come to a complete stop before you go from drive to reverse or vice versa. Imagine trying to change the direction of a spinning top. That's your car's transmission. So if you're flipping from D to R while still rolling, you're basically making your transmission do gymnastics it never signed up for. Just remember, brake stop and transmission shift.
You're putting transmission bands, gears, and clutch packs under quite a bit of stress by forcing them to change direction while still rotating. To be clear, most transmissions will put up with it, especially if you're moving at something like less than a mile an hour. But you're definitely not doing it any favors. Just come to a stop, let the poor thing swap the cogs around, then set off.
The joys of launching your car, the fast and foolish, right? Well, not necessarily. Launching a car hard does put strain on, well, several components, but done correctly, it's completely okay. Here's the kicker. Don't rev it up to neutral and then slam it into drive. That's like asking your grandma to run a 100-meter dash, and it ain't pretty.
Instead, use launch control if your car has it, or brake torque it within reason to get energy into the torque converter and maybe build a little boost. Release the brakes and let it fly. You're not hurting anything, I promise, and it's way better than a neutral drop. Unless it's a rental car.
Okay, I'll keep this one very short. The automatic transmission is an engineering marvel. It's by far the most complicated mechanical part on any car on the road today. And even though some manufacturers will say that the transmission fluid and filter are lifetime components, yeah, I'm looking at you, BMW. Just don't believe it.
Listen, most automatic transmissions are actually capable of lasting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles with just a little love from time to time. We've always recommended replacing the transmission fluid and filter every 60,000 miles, following manufacturer recommendations for fluid type and spec, as well as the exact manufacturer transmission filling procedure. If you're only going to service a transmission once in a car's lifespan, it's that first 60K service that's the most important, in my opinion. Modern transmission fluids are pretty incredible. They're synthetics and are highly engineered to last a really long time. But over time, the fluid will break down with use, and sometimes changing it out for some fresh stuff can give your trans a new lease on life. Oh, and that old saying about changing the transmission fluid on an older, higher mileage car causing the transmission to start slipping? Guys, that's not really a thing. I mean, it was way back in like the 60s, but if you changed your transmission fluid and started having problems with it, something went wrong. Either the wrong shift juice was used, the filter was installed incorrectly, or it wasn't refilled properly. There's no appreciable amount of clutch material swimming around in old trans fluid that wouldn't get filtered out by the filter. So just take care of your transmission and it'll take care of you. Quick add-in here. I have seen where a car already has transmission problems, slipping, shuddering, you name it. And sometimes, and very rarely I might add, new fluid has made it worse. So if you're changing fluid to try and fix a malfunctioning transmission, know you're rolling the dice. I've seen it go both ways.
Lucky number 5, never use park. Just kidding. But there are some do's and don'ts in regards to how to use the triple P. Park position properly. First up, never put your vehicle into park until you've come to a complete stop. Now, most modern cars won't allow you to do it anyway, but if your car is as old as Trav, well, listen up. When you put your car in park, what's actually happening inside the transmission is a pawl, or essentially a locking pin, engages with a gear that's connected to the output shaft of the transmission, which is permanently engaged to your driven wheels. So, slamming it into park while you're still rolling will at best cause a horrific grinding ratchet noise, and at worst, well, shear that locking pin completely off. Now, I can't really think of a situation where you'd think this is a good idea to put it in park while still moving, unless maybe your throttle's stuck open for some reason, which that is pretty unlikely. But even in the event that that happens, engaging park at speed isn't going to help you out. Instead, hit the brakes like you mean it. And unless you're in a powerful car and the throttle is stuck basically wide open, your car will stop. And if you're still having trouble reining it back in, well, step 1, just calmly select neutral. And step 2, just ignore the engine bouncing off the rev limiter. Don't worry guys, it's a limiter for a reason. It's gonna be fine. And then step 3, bring the car to a stop and just shut it off. Okay, bonus round.
While we're talking about park, don't put your vehicle in park without using the parking brake. Now, it's okay on a totally flat surface, and it's actually strongly recommended when you're between laps at your local autocross. Clamping the brakes together while they're scorching hot and not moving is gonna lead to some problems. But especially on a hill, guys, even light cars are pretty heavy, and you're putting a lot of stress on a tiny little metal pin to keep it from rolling down a hill. I mean, this is literally what the parking brake is designed to do. So, especially when you find yourself parking on a hill, make sure you're using your parking brake. And if you've ever experienced dropping your car into drive or reverse on a hill and you get a big bang when taking it out of park, know that you've been doing it wrong. That sound is the parking brake mechanism in your transmission begging for mercy.
So, don't be the guy making life harder for your car and easier for your mechanic. Keep it in gear, treat it like the precise piece of engineering that it is, and it will treat you right, or at least won't dump you with a hefty repair bill. And there we have it. Disagree with anything on today's list, or do you have any do's or don'ts that we missed? Let us hear about it in the comments below. But remember, no transmission was harmed in making this video. Well, okay, a few of them definitely were. But I can't say the same for your car if you don't follow these rules. And if you like this video, slap that like button and consider subscribing for more. And hey, do us a favor and go check out our new series, Why You Need Up Here, or whatever YouTube recommends you watch next down here. Otherwise, I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.